Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The most funny in the morning. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Let's get into a praise break with the one and only Bishop Marvin Sapp. Good morning, Bishop.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley, my brother from another mother, and all of those who are part of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. This is Bishop Marvin Sapp, and you know what? I got the responsibility of praying for us this morning, so let's go before the Lord in prayer. Lord, indeed, we thank you for this another day, another opportunity, that we get the opportunity to come before you. We want you to know that our nation is literally wrestling with pain, that there's economic struggles and racial tension, political divisions, and violence in the streets. But Father, you are still God, and you promise never to leave us. You promise never to forsake us. So we pray for strength today, not the kind that comes from political or politics or policies, but strength that comes from your spirit. Teach us to rise above the noise and to guard our tongues so that we don't make matters worse by repeating fear and anger and hopelessness. Let our mouths be instruments of encouragement, speaking peace into chaos and unity where there is division. Remember us, God. Remember us. Remember us. Remember us as we try to lean even closer to you. Give us the ability to recognize and realize that no storm can overtake us. Encourage, Lord God, the brokenhearted. Heal those grieving from loss. And give us courage to live with faith, even in these tumultuous times. I thank you, Lord God, because I know that it's already done. And we stand in faith, believing that it is so. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Rickey, listen, I love you, man. I love you. I want you to have a great day. And all of the listeners, the Rickey Smiley family, live your life, command your day, and be amazing.
Hey, love you too, Bishop, man. That was Marvin Sapp, the senior pastor of the Chosen Vessel Church in Fort Worth, Texas. Here it is, time for the praise break right here on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
News headlines,
entertainment,
sports.
It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all got your front page right here. Alfreda's, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey. It's Wednesday, September 24th. Here's what's going on in the news. A jury has convicted Ryan Ruth, the man accused of trying to assassinate President Trump last year while he was golfing at his Palm Beach club during the re-election campaign. Right after the guilty verdict, Ruth tried to stab himself in the neck. He was convicted on charges of attempted assassination, assaulting a federal officer, and being a felon in possession of a gun. Sentencing is set for December 18th. Meanwhile, Trump is taking shots at ABC over the return of Jimmy Kimmel. On Truth Social last night, he said he couldn't believe that, quote, ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. Trump claims the network told the White House the show was canceled after Kimmel's comments about right-wing activist Charlie Kirk's murder. He also hinted that his administration could go after ABC, calling Kimmel an arm of the DNC and suggesting the show amounts to, quote, an illegal campaign contribution. Brat will have more on Kimmel's return coming up in the hot spot. And Kroger Shrimp just got another glow up, literally. Last month it was at Walmart. Now it's Kroger's turn at the grill. Aquastar is recalling its Kroger Raw Easy Peel Shrimp, Kroger Mercado Cooked Shrimp, and Aquastar Shrimp Skewers after the FDA said some batches may come with a side of radiation. The shrimp were sold in more than 30 states, but no one's reported any illnesses yet. For info on these stories and more, go to RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Now, here's a look at sports.
Rock T, the sports genius, is in the building.
Wickham gets it off. No, Thomas keeps it alive. 8 seconds left. Wickham, another look to tie. You bet! Sammy Wickham has tied it at 79.
Yeah.
3.4 to go.
WNBA
Collier
playoffs.
puts it on the deck.
Yes, sir, man. As the Phoenix Mercury pulls off a 20-point comeback to force overtime and beat the Minnesota Lynx to even the series 1-1. Yeah, they were down 20 points, dog. Game was pretty much over. If you turn the channel, yo bad. They came back and won the doggone game. Las Vegas Aces, they bounced back and beat Indiana Fever to even that series 1 game apiece. Rick, big matchup in the NFL this weekend. All eyes is going to be in Dallas, Texas. Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers. Why?
Man, please. Oh, yeah, because Michael Parsons.
Yeah, Michael Parsons returned to Dallas to play his old teammates. And he was asked what's going to feel like when he sacks quarterback Dak Prescott for the first time.
It's gonna be painful. You know what I mean? Dak's my guy. He was always like a good mentor for me. But you know what it is. I always told him if I ever faced him that it'll be a great matchup. So I'm excited to see what Sunday brings yourself.
Yes, sir.
Like I hate that, and Dak, especially with Dak being a mentor, and now you got to go down there and do you just throw him down or do you hit him hard?
I think he's gonna go in hard and pull up.
Yeah, you wrap him up.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you wrap him up and just kind of slang him down, but you just don't hit. I don't know.
You got to, dog. You can't, hey man, you
don't want to hurt him. That's your mentor.
Hey, we boys, but on the field, hey, shoot, we ain't friends on the field. I ain't gonna hurt you bad, but
it's like me, like Cedric the Entertainer playing quarterback, and I line up at defensive end. When I go in, when I get to him, do I hit him hard? I just kind of slang him down.
You gotta knock the wind out of him, dog.
Knock the wind out,
and then help him up.
Brent, would you hit me? Would you line up and hit me hard, Brent?
I'll knock your ass to the
You look at me like I'm Jermaine Dupri. You would hit Jermaine Dupri.
I love you and all that, but I'm here for a reason.
What about Jermaine Dupri?
I need my team to win.
Oh my God!
Come on,
you gotta
Brent.
understand.
Y'all are so selfish.
What up, Bring It Attack?
Man, Jimmy Kimmel is back, and he got something to say. I got the details up next in the hot spot on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 8:29 before the top of the hour. Time for the hot spot. What up, Brent?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, Jimmy Kimmel is live, and he is speaking out. He is indeed back. In his first show last night, Jimmy thanked the people who supported and called out those who wanted his show to be canceled. Check this out.
President of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me and the hundreds of people who work here fired from our jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke. He was somehow able to squeeze Colbert out of CBS. Then he turned his sights on me, and now he's openly rooting for NBC to fire Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers and the hundreds of Americans who work for their shows who don't make millions of dollars. And I hope that if that happens, or if there's even any hint of that happening, you will be 10 times as loud as you were this week. We have to speak out against this.
Yeah.
He also tried to smooth tensions following his joke about the Republican reaction to the killing of Charlie Clark. And, of course, he had to throw a few subtle jokes, y'all. Check this out.
If you're just joining us, we are preempting your regularly scheduled encore episode of Celebrity Family Feud to bring you this special report. I'm happy to be here tonight with you. I'm not sure who had a weirder 48 hours, me or the CEO of Tylenol.
Oh, my goodness. All right, y'all, moving on. Mike Epps recently joined Casanat on his Mafia-thon live stream, which is a non-stop month-long stream. And Mike shared a story about the time he went as far as to hire a private investigator to confront a hater on his Instagram. This is pretty funny, y'all. Check this out.
When I first got on Instagram, one mother get on there and said, you ain't or say some personal man, let me tell you what I did. I went on, this is the first time I got on Instagram. I went on the mother DM and I cussed it. I said, where you at? Mother, you talking all this man, what city you in? And he was talking ba 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 ba. And I hired a mother private investigator. And they found out what a mother was. It was a 12-year-old little white boy in Pennsylvania. Talking to me. I thought it was a nigga for Philly. He said he was from Philly. He was a 12-year-old little white boy in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
I got up under his skin.
Wow. That's why you got to choose them battles, because it be hard sometimes to not say nothing, but you get offended sometimes, and you got to
hit that block button.
You hit that
don't
block
read the
button.
comments.
Right, don't read the comments.
Don't read the comments.
Now he got a private investigator.
It was a sixth grader.
That's at least he found him. At least he found him and realized, oh man. So that probably taught him a good lesson as well. We love Mike Epps. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap up the hot spot on that note. But for more information on these stories and more, you can go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com and you can catch me on all my social media. So Brat. Coming up next, we got Rock T's HBCU. No, who we repping today, Rock T?
Brent, let's go holler at Harris Stowe State in the Lou. That's coming up next on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Pimpin'.
Hey.
Now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
HBCU. Say, man, Rock Teasy in the house for another HBCU. No, we're going to always put a spotlight on our heroes and sheroes that attended or currently attend our historically black colleges and universities. Can we head on back down to Harris Stowe State University? Established in 1857, home of the brown and gold Hornets, right there in the STL. Shout out to Arlene Ackerman, bachelor's degree from Harris Stowe State University. She's an American educator who served as superintendent of the D.C. Public Schools, San Francisco Unified School District, and Philadelphia Public Schools. She received her doctorate from Harvard Graduate School of Education and her master's of arts in education from Harvard as well. She served as an educator on all levels as an elementary school teacher, middle school teacher, all the way through high school. She served on the President's Board of Advisors on HBCUs. Named Superintendent of the Year, I'm going to pause right there. Miss Arlene Ackerman, another proud HBCU alum of Harris Stowe State University. If you didn't know, now you know. If you want to share your HBCU story or if you have someone you want to spotlight, follow and DM us on all social media platforms at HBCU. No.
What up, Alfredas?
Hey, Ricky. So, history is my favorite subject. We got to get into this. 68 years ago, the Little Rock Nine changed history. On September 24th, 1957, President Eisenhower sent federal troops to Little Rock, Arkansas to escort 9 black students into Central High School. Their courage in the face of violence and intimidation became a defining moment in the fight to desegregate America's public schools. So the Little Rock Nine endured threats, harassment, daily isolation, but their determination, Ricky, cracked open the walls of segregation. Their story continues to be a powerful reminder of how young people can shift the course of history. So who were these trailblazers? We got Ernest Green, who was the group's lone senior, and in 1958, yes, he became Central High's first black graduate, an event witnessed by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Elizabeth Eckford became an icon when photos captured her walking bravely through an angry mob on her first day. Jefferson Thomas later became the first of the 9 to earn a college degree. Minnie Jean Brown Trickey was expelled after pushing back against relentless harassment, but she went on to become a social worker and educator. Terrence Roberts built a career as a college professor. Carlotta Walls Lanier, the youngest of the group, was just 14 and graduated from Central in 1960. Thelma Mothershed Ware became a dedicated special education teacher in Illinois. Melba Patillo Beals forged a path as an award-winning journalist, author, and civil rights advocate. Gloria Ray Kalmark was 15 when she entered Central High, later moving abroad to pursue a career in science and technology with IBM. It's important that we know their names because the Little Rock Nine's bravery on that September morning forced a nation to confront its promise of equality and proved that even teenagers can change the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, historical.
Right.
Are they, most of them still living?
Yeah, believe it or not, yes.
Wow. I know that somebody recently just passed away, which one of the first, here I go. I can't remember, but that's a part of our history. We have to hold on to it. I hope they have a lot of pictures and stuff. And I'm sure they do speaking engagements all over the country.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But yeah, we have to celebrate it because history is being taken away. Totally taken away, like whitewashed, like it never existed.
Right. It's important.
They want to make it look like black people didn't make any contributions.
Right.
No contributions, no had no historical significance in the forming of the country.
And we're pretending our country wasn't racist. Oh, I mean, this wasn't too long ago when this happened. Now we act like, oh, what? Come on, the Civil Rights Act, we didn't need that. Like, what?
Yeah, I just don't understand why they're trying to make it seem like, like none of this stuff ever existed or whatever, and why you going into the museums taking certain books and stuff off the shelf or whatever. But that's why we just have to stay vigilant and you take this opportunity and use this platform to talk about stuff like that. And they need to do it on the stations where the younger people are listening also, because it's hard to know where you're going if you don't know where you came from. All right, appreciate that, Alfreda's. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Gentlemen, what? I got to open the door for you, pull your chair out. If it's cold outside, I got to take my jacket off and put it on you. But I saw the weather and I knew it was 40. So I brought a jacket. So now I got to catch pneumonia because your goofy ass wouldn't watch the weather?
Right.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I want to hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the Collier of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. It's being reported, y'all, the MTO is saying, y'all, that they just recently got their hands on some exclusive behind-the-scenes tea, y'all, baby, on the ongoing Cardi B and Offset split, y'all. Now, it's saying, I want us to pray for both parties, y'all, to both of them. Now, according to a person, y'all, close to the situation, they're saying, y'all, that Offset is only demanding nearly $20 million from Cardi B if she wants a divorce. And he's got a detailed list, y'all, of what he says that she owes. Now, Offset reportedly believes that during their beautiful marriage, Cardi lived free off of him, and now that the two have separated, he claims, y'all, that she's trying to grab all the assets while leaving him, y'all, with all the debt, and that's a very sad situation. Now, his demand totals, he's only asking for, y'all, $20 million, and that figure includes, y'all, the couple's fully paid off $10 million Atlanta mansion, $2 million in cash to cover the IRS debt. He says that Cardi also owes and roughly $8 million in additional cash and stocks. Now, Offset is also pointing y'all to the couple's tax problem as part of his demand. Now, in April of 2025, the IRS hit the couple with a federal lien for more than $1.5 million tied to their 2021 tax year. Now, the following month, the Georgia Department of Revenue filed a state lien for only $167,000, which grew, y'all, to nearly $294,000 once penalties and interest were added. Together, the two liens totaled nearly $1.9 million, y'all. Offset position, y'all, is that Cardi should help, honey, shoulder the financial burden instead of leaving him responsible, y'all, for cleaning up the mess alone. And I think, they should help.
Wait a minute, now how much he's asking her for?
He just want 20.
Just.
Yeah, but I mean, she's filthy rich.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
But he broke it down. But you heard what I said. He broke it down, and he said they'll tax like $1.5 million.
Now, the tax thing, everybody going in and negotiating and figuring the tax thing out. That's one thing. But what's the other $8 million for?
But did he help her make money? No, I'm just asking the question because I read somewhere that he said that he wrote some of her music when she was first.
Well, you would get that through the music company, right?
You would get that in royalties if you did that. You would get your money back in your royalties that you get twice a year. You get 2 royalty checks a year.
So that ain't nothing that got to do with her writing. Giving him money.
This is taxes and all this other stuff.
But he But what the part you said about alimony part?
No, well, he just want $8 million, and money, I guess, to pay off other stuff though. But I mean, but she has a lot. But my thing is this now. This is totally.
But don't he got money?
Yeah, he has money, but I'm sure she probably have a little bit more.
Do they both have attorneys to work through all of this and to go through the forensic?
I'm sure.
Like, he needs a forensic accountant, or she needs a forensic accountant to go through and really figure that out.
Well, I'm sure
you can't just throw a number out there
because she's not gonna let him just come in.
Yeah,
and
you can't just throw a number out there.
Figure the house out, figure the taxes out, and everybody go their separate ways or whatever. But as a man, that's still a performing artist, and you have money, you don't just ask for extra money for yourself from a female. That's just me.
And she's got your kids.
Yeah, well, I know this is totally different. But when one of my brothers was going through a divorce, I specifically told him, just give her everything and just walk away and start over. And he did it. He gave his ex-wife now everything, and he just started over. Just start over. She could give him what she needs, what he asked for, and start over.
So she asked for something else after he gave her everything?
Now my ex-sister-in-law knows.
Okay.
My brother just give her the house. All that fighting going back and forth.
Yeah,
honey,
it's
just,
strange.
But that's why you
Yeah.
have attorneys and accountants to go through.
Well, you
and
have
figure
that
it
too.
all
But
out.
if you don't want to go through it, just
because
give
they're
it.
not emotionally involved in the situation.
Yeah,
They
but you
just
got to
look at
have
the
something
numbers.
for yourself.
Well,
They
he
just looking at the
evidently he had a job. Start over.
And if they had some type of paperwork or something before the marriage,
Like a prenup. Why
or
not just do a
something,
prenup
then,
every
Then
time?
they should be able to, figure
Yeah.
out what goes
So
where.
you wonder, did they have a prenup then?
I mean, I
you
don't
would
know.
think if they wouldn't be fighting like that, but honey, y'all just walk all that fighting, honey, just here, go.
But if they
Start
did-
over.
It ain't that
go you
simple
to
when
work
you're dealing
years
with
and
multi-millions of
make
dollars.
all this money and work your ass off. You just don't give everything.
It ain't that
You
simple.
make sure
Yeah.
that she have a place to live and have something to drive, and the kids are taken care of, and you have a place to live and something to drive because
Well, yeah.
the kids coming to stay with you too.
Yeah, well, that's
Now,
what
you
they
can't
did.
leave- the kids gonna leave a mansion and go and sleep on an air mattress because you gave her everything.
Well, I mean, in that case, though, these people are rich. So, I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
Offset has a
Different
mansion
when
or
you
somewhere
talk
they could go
about
live.
multi-millions versus multi-thousands.
Yeah. But anyway, I just, honey, I wouldn't be going through all of here. Just take the damn house, and I'll just start it because I don't want to deal with you.
Right.
I don't want to argue and go back and all that fighting and stuff. And they had a kid together, so honey, now the kid got a place there because you gave the house.
Okay.
They
You
have
just
more than
started.
one kid.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they have more than one. So
They got three,
but we're
right?
gonna keep our parties lifted up in prayer, honey. Hopefully, it'll be okay, y'all. All right, moving on. While we pray, y'all, let's continue to pray for Meek Mill. Did y'all hear the sad news? Oh, Ricky, it was so sad, y'all. Meek Mill is reporting, y'all, that he claims y'all that the cemetery can't find his dead body. Now, they're saying, y'all, he revealed, y'all, that he's considering taking legal action against the cemetery that housed the body of his late father. Now, he said, quote, so many dead bodies, they can't find my dead in the graveyard. He wrote, tagging somebody on social media. He said, they really can't find my dead in the graveyard because asking, he said he wanted to know if there's a lawsuit. Somebody said so many dead bodies back, and they said, yes, if the cemetery lost your dad's remains due to negligence, you might have grounds for a lawsuit like emotional distress or breach of contract. And that's what the laws in Philadelphia suggest.
That's a lot of cemeteries messed up like that.
Yeah,
Got
honey.
folks headstones and stuff messed up. These cemeteries or whatever. Like sometimes, man, you have to, I forgot what you call them, decommit bodies and take them up to another cemetery that's decent. You just can't put your loved one in a cheap piece of crap cemetery.
Yeah.
The road tractors and trailers and trucks all over your stone broken and
Oh,
all
yeah,
that
crack
kind of
all the
stuff.
headstones and everything. Well, Meek said, quote, he said, my dad died back in 1992 during a robbery. He said, that made me want to get rich. He said, that was the get back. The person who killed my dad is probably 60, talking about dead people don't hurt. Meek tweeted, he said, in his Amazon documentary, Free Meek, he stated, the memories are so old you don't know if it's a dream or a memory at this point. The main thing I remember is at his funeral, my aunt told me, tell your dad goodbye. You're never going to see him again. He said, that stuck with me all up until today. He said, life still goes on. Nothing stops when somebody dies. Things keep going. Unquote. Well, how do you lose a body? I mean, maybe if you don't put a headstone on
They
the
lose
body.
the paperwork on the inside and don't remember where the body is buried and stuff that whatever and they got them old papers and because I went to the cemetery and they had the old papers and stuff. It ain't on computer. I went to a cemetery. They have all that stuff marked on computer. On the computer or whatever, but the one that got them old books and whatever, imagine the people died in the 1930s and it's written, everything is written, and they got to go and pull something off a shelf and the pages stuck together and all that kind of stuff. People don't be knowing where they loved
And that's why I
ones
say
are.
every time I go home, I said I'm supposed to go to the cemetery to make sure, because my dad left me and my brother a grave, so I make sure, honey, they still had that plot there, honey, because if something happened.
Y'all get on again with the team. He gonna hunt all us out, baby. All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. I got the wake up call. Get at me 866-9-RICKEY. Here we go.
Wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Get it together. You up this long, this lead you in the house. So we be better. Wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Wanna know where you calling from? So come on and tell us and just wake up.
Maya from Cincinnati, Ohio. I want to wake up the Barnett family. Wake up, wake up.
My name is Lisa Kroom. I'm calling from Bessemer, Alabama. I would like to wake up all of the parents and students at ABC 123 Major Land. So wake up, wake up.
My name is Shannon. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and I want to wake up my mom, my dad, my sister, and my best friend. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley, Brat, and Frida, Gary with the T, Rat T, and Special K. Good morning. My name is Mama Cat. I'm calling from the 618 East St. Louis, Illinois, and I want to wake up my whole family. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, baby.
Wake up in Columbus. Wake up. Cincinnati. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. West Palm Beach. Wake up. And Greenville. Wake up. Let's go. Jacksonville. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
I appreciate it, Brent.
Welcome, Ricky.
All right, coming up, man, there's so much going on in the news. It's time for the good, the bad, and the what the hell Wednesday. You don't want to miss that. Up next, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Alfreda's good morning. I know you got good news today. We're going to let you do the good news this morning.
Yes, sir, Ricky. So listen to this. 7 years ago, a college senior named Joey was skateboarding near the University of Texas when he swerved to avoid a car, and then he slammed into a ditch, and he broke his wrist. So he decided to call an Uber instead of an ambulance because he didn't have good insurance, and he was worried about the cost of the ambulance. So when the driver arrived, he helped Joey into the car and took him to the emergency room. This guy even insisted on driving him to the hospital at no charge. Then he found out that the kid had no family nearby to come help him. And see, the driver had immigrated to the United States from the Congo at age 25, and he knew what it felt like to be far away from loved ones. So Joey recalls how the driver took charge, signing him into the ER, and then sat with him from 2 o'clock to 8 p.m. Joey says that one act of kindness helped me to see the good in the world again. Having him spend the entire day with me, a complete stranger, for no reason other than the goodness of his heart, helped me to put things into perspective. And he said, you know, that driver absolutely changed his life. And now, 7 years later, the two are still in contact and check on each other.
Nice.
So sweet.
And they still called ICE on him when he got through doing that because he's from the Congo. Low down, riding scoundrels.
Dirty dog.
Good news, not
low
the
down
bad news.
piece of boo boo.
No, sir.
Dirty dog.
No,
Yeah.
dirty.
After all of that.
Come on.
All of that.
Dirty dog.
That was the good news. So.
All right, Special K, you got the bad news this morning.
Okay, so here's some bad news. A 66-year-old Kansas City man working as a concert usher at the T-Mobile Center was ruthlessly attacked by a teenager who was asked to change seats during a recent NBA YoungBoy concert. The elderly worker was thrown to the ground as concert goers watched the disturbing assault go down right in front of him. The worker's name is Thomas Shalange. He was working the concert last Sunday night when he asked the teen to move because he wasn't sitting in the right seat. So fans recorded footage which shows the teen throwing the elderly man into a row of seats and unleashing a barrage of punches onto the other worker. Yeah. Are y'all surprised? Really?
No. Oh, my God.
The disoriented usher then tried to get to his feet, but the teen stood over him. The man raised an arm to defend himself, but the teen reportedly slapped it aside and delivered another series of violent punches to the 66-year-old victim's head before one Good Samaritan stopped the attack. Now, police arrested the teen after the violent outburst on Sunday night, but he was later released to his parents while authorities continued to investigate. The man, I would have took my own kid to jail. The man was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. He had already suffered glaucoma, and one of his eyes may suffer more damage. I promise you, I would have took my own son to jail.
Absolutely.
And I would have took his ass to jail.
Disgusting.
I would have took his ass to jail.
Yeah.
And let him sit there.
Yeah,
promise
these young kids, man, can't control their emotions. They have no kind of conflict resolution.
No kind of
skills.
respect.
No respect.
This man was old enough to be his grandfather. How can you beat up somebody?
They don't
that
care.
could have been your granddaddy.
Emotional.
And then
If you hit an old person, you should sit in jail
for a long time.
For as long as
so a senior citizen or a kid, you should sit in jail. Absolutely. Something wrong with this. What generation they supposed to be?
That's probably Gen Z.
Gen Z.
That was probably Gen Z.
Oh, my
but
God.
then when the man is laying on the floor, that's when you say, okay, I got him. And you keep it moving. You don't continue to push.
You don't raise your hand at a senior citizen. You just don't do that.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
All right, Brent, what you got in the what the hell news?
Well, Ricky, a South Carolina teaching assistant by the name of Alexander Paul Robinson Lewis was arrested after allegedly using a can of spray that mimics the smell of poop. Yes, poop, throughout the high school, causing about $55,000 in damage and leading to many of the students requiring medical attention. Authorities from the sheriff's office announced the arrest after apprehending the 32-year-old last Saturday. This happened at West Florence High School in Florence, South Carolina. The assistant teacher is accused of spraying the foul odor on several days over the course of a few weeks.
For what, though?
The teacher was charged with disturbing schools and malicious injury to property. Now, several students who were affected by the spray required medical attention for respiratory issues. Due to the sprayings, the high school's air conditioning system was damaged and had to be inspected, and this all cost the school more than $55,000. I just want to know why.
I don't know if y'all ever smelled that poop spray, but it's
worse.
Man, it's toxic.
Yeah.
This is a teacher?
Yeah, practical joke.
Well,
man.
she probably was sick on. I thought it was cute, honey. I think that's nice.
Yeah, you go into the AC intake and spray it over the whole school.
That's horrible.
Y'all ever went to a club and somebody sprayed some mace?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, get out of your eyes.
Yeah, that remind me of Top Flight, Alabama State in Montgomery. Boy, you go to Top Flight, boy, a fight break out in there, they spray that doggone spray.
Shout out to Squirrel. Everybody in Montgomery know about Squirrel.
You saw on Run Top Flight?
I was
You
there
do
years
shows
ago.
out there?
I was there years
Yeah,
ago.
I did a show there one time. That's the only time somebody threw a chair at me on stage. It was a drug dealer was sitting out there, with this girl, flying, man, I got money. So I started roasting his outfit. He had on all them little thin ass necklaces. And I said, one of them necklaces come out the bathtub, stop him. His girl started laughing.
And that was it.
He started throwing chairs, man. That was the end of the show. Got my money.
Legendary.
I had to get a police escort to Birmingham.
Tell them that it's I got my drink and my two-step, my drink and my two-step, got my drink and my two-step, my drink and my two-step. It's on, it's on, it's on.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Chicken and waffle mix going down with y'all lying on the 1 and 2. Hey, John, what up, dog?
I'm good, man. You don't know this is a Wednesday home day mix, man. And of course, hit me up on the gram at JAH Lion Sound.
JAH Lion Sound. Hey, appreciate you, big dog.
My pleasure, man. You don't know.
Yes, hey, man, big shout out to Byron Allen, man. Thank you so much yesterday for the opportunity to be on Comics Unleashed. Me and Arnez J was on there. And that was funny, man. And then we had a long, we got to get Arnez J on the morning show to talk about the fishing that he does. Now, Lavelle be catching bass and crappies or whatever, but this fishing that Arnez J does, like he showed me some pictures at the airport. Big ass tunas, bro.
Oh, he for real.
Big ass. Like he showed me some fish that I ain't never heard of.
Really? He catch him in Lake Lanier?
No, I'm going to no damn lake. He fished in the ocean. He don't know damn Lake Lanier. Arnez J showed me a picture of a tuna. It had went around the boat 3 times for him to pull it. It took him 45 minutes.
Them tuna ain't no joke, me. Trust me.
Yeah, we sat in the airport and pulled up all of those pictures. I said, I didn't know you fish like that. So he said he gonna cook us some and bring it to the station.
I be watching them shows, them tuna shows.
Yeah, me too.
Deadliest Catch.
That's what.
And they be on that rough water.
That's Arnez J. Y'all believe? Y'all think like comedians be on something? Yeah. That's outside of the boat. I cannot wait to get him on the show to talk about that. Blatzona, what's up?
Ain't know what's up. You talking about fishing and stuff. I'm up here going through torture and turmoil right now. I can't believe what happened to me last night.
We're going to call you Black Cloud.
No, it's not no Black Cloud. So the people keep abusing me. Oh, God.
Can't get right. That was my boy Fred called you can't get right.
I'm trying to get right. All I want to do is come to work and serve the community. And I got to go through stuff every day, so I got to go through stuff every day. That's why I can't be there right now.
Were you up here yesterday evening?
Yeah, but you don't know what happened to me last night. So I tried to call you last night and text you this morning and tell you what had happened. So I can't believe I'm going through this right now.
All right, this better be good, man.
My damn nephew, man, my sister kid, they done came back. They was staying with their daddy for a minute. Now they back over here with my grandmama house. They 13, and I hate them so much. I ain't never hated nobody much as I hate them boys, man. They ugly and they nappy, man. I hate them children, man.
Yeah, how old are they?
They done bruised me, shawty.
What they did?
It's too. I don't even want to say. I don't even care. No.
Hold on, I'll take it. Hold on. Let me take you off the radio.
Thank you, shawty, because everybody don't need to know my business.
Hold on, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Shawty, my sister done ordered some damn do-it-yourself at-home BBL kit. Some BBL shots.
Do it yourself BBL kit. Yeah.
Yo, I know I'll sleep on the pallet in the living room, minding my business. I sleep on my stomach.
Yeah.
And these boys done shot me. They done gave me some BBL shots overnight. So I woke up this morning, I'm walking, I get up.
So you got a fat ass, Blattoni. You walking with they gave you a BBL shot. You got fat. Blattoni, you fine, Blattoni? Blattoni, go get
to work looking like no damn baby.
What kind of jeans they be wearing? What kind of jeans gonna look good with that? What kind of jeans gonna look good with that BBL, Blattoni?
Don't not fit on there, but apple bottoms are cheap jeans.
Blattoni.
Jean with no pocket on the back.
Blattoni, you walk around with some onions.
Got the Jordache on.
You ain't coming to work, Blattoni.
No, not till I get my booty to go down.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 7 minutes after the hour. Gary has a tea and the Collier of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news. Y'all, everybody recalled the song Anita Baker wrote, I Apologize. Such a beautiful song, honey. She wrote it, and I'm still hearing that right now in my head. But one artist is saying, honey, I ain't apologizing, honey, and y'all just have to get over it. Who am I talking about? Miss Kelly Price, honey. Kelly Price said, I won't apologize for having an opinion. I won't apologize for having a voice, and I will not apologize for expressing, honey, if I feel hurt, honey. She told it to her followers.
That's right.
Now, if y'all don't recall, Kelly Price faced backlash after her recent anti-black woman rant, but they said the singer said that's not, honey, that says that she's not backing down and is entitled to her opinion. Now, she did, however, regret all of her cursing, she said in the video. She said, I do regret that, honey. She said, the biggest regret I do have, honey, about that were some of my choice words. She said, it's not because anybody shamed me. She said, but it's because, honey, if I had to say the exact same thing in the exact same way in front of my grandmother, honey, I wouldn't be able to do it. She went on and continued about it. She said, earlier this month, you know, they say Price, honey, hit back at black women, y'all, who says that she have been nothing but negative to her online. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things, y'all, that you say about other black women, but, honey, you're an activist. She said, and, honey, you are educated. You find yourself, but because, honey, a degree does not give you class. She declared that. And that was from Kelly Price.
Well, I'll tell you what, she didn't wake up off the side of her bed and just felt that way. That's a reaction to something that happened to her by a certain demographic of human being that happened to her. Mm-hmm. That happened to her, and she looking at who's saying it and who is by. Oh, well, she ain't saying that all black women that way. And it's a certain demographic of human being that all of us avoid to stay out of mess and pettiness and all that kind of stuff. We look online and see who making the comments, and then we say, okay, it's mostly this demographic of people that's saying stuff like this, and that's why she felt that way. It's a reaction.
Yeah, well, I mean, apologize. No, they say it doesn't cost much to apologize to the black women, just those who took offense to that.
To the ones who said it?
Or the ones who took offense to it?
She's not talking about the ones that didn't say it. She's talking about the ones that come in her comments and talk about the way she dressed and the way she dissed and judging her. That's what she's talking about.
Yeah, but Anita Baker said in her song, I apologize. Baby, believe me, I do.
Anita Baker didn't write that song about the Kelly Price situation, though.
Well, yeah, but Kelly should have took a page from Anita's book, Brat, and
that's a song.
Anita is singing to her lover or whoever she made the song for. It's not singing to these women that said something to Kelly Price.
So you agree with Kelly?
Do I agree with Kelly? What?
About the black women?
If somebody got something to say to me and I want to say something back, that's my prerogative. I have the right to do that. So if that's what Kelly felt like doing, that's what Kelly did.
Well, I'm sorry. I want to see Jesus' face, so I'm apologizing to everybody if I offended them or said something.
But you say something about somebody every day, so you're going to apologize every day like Anita Baker?
Yeah, before you get to heaven, they say, as long as you repent. And you
but what if you keep
Jesus'
doing
face.
The same thing like you do?
They say you repent 1,000,000 times a day as long as you
pray
repent.
every night or every day you get off the air.
But if you have to keep doing it, that means you don't mean it.
Well, that means you just forget. And
you forget.
Moving on, honey, in other celebrity news, y'all. Oh, my God, Ricky, your friend, Shaquille O'Neal, baby, the internet roasted the NBA legend, honey, for taking a photo, honey, with influencer Sophia Rain sitting on his lap at her 21st birthday party. Now, they're saying, y'all, that Sophia reportedly hired Shaq 53 to DJ, honey, her party in Las Vegas. They said she shared the photo on X along with the caption, look who I ran into for my birthday. And, honey, people went in, honey. They said years ago, rumors spread that, Shaq sliding in the DMs of women young enough to be his granddaughters. Now, in 2023, they say the former Home Depot employee, Miss Ariana Josephine, quit her job after Shaq, honey, went to her workplace looking for her. Now, they say Ariana went viral after posting a mirror selfie wearing a Home Depot smock. In the caption, she complained that people thought that she was too pretty to work at Home Depot. Y'all, isn't that touching? And they said Shaq agreed, and he slid into her DM, baby, to offer words of encouragement and to possibly ask her for her phone number. Ariana, who was raised in a devout Christian household, politely rejected Shaq's advances, y'all. Now, they said Shaq shared a video that showed him heading to the Home Depot to find Ariana. And they said, baby, this girl, they said she quit her job.
Everybody get rejected.
Yeah, but they said this girl quit her job.
Shoot they shot.
She quit her job.
She quit her job. They said she quit her job. She was terrified that Shaq was coming up there, I guess. So,
wait, man. Please stop.
You know what?
I'm saying freedom.
I mean, please stop.
It ain't like he could sneak in there.
Yeah, what did she think he was going to do?
Yeah, but I mean, at first, honey, that girl was afraid. You just never know, honey.
Gary!
Yes, honey.
So Shaq came in there like King Kong.
Right. Some, honey,
and
like
she was
Superman,
a white woman.
That's right, honey.
And he stuck his hand in the one and tried to grab her.
Do something, baby. And this girl was terrified, honey. She quit immediately, honey.
You know what?
She was terrified.
She was terrified, honey. She said she quit her job. So, honey, when you quit
Shaq
your
is
job,
one of
honey.
the nicest, most sweetest people
nice.
in the world. Whatever.
So Shaq done walked up in Home Depot like King Kong and put a hole in the roof and reached in there and grabbed the woman.
That's right, honey. And took her away. That girl said, I got to quit. They said
what she was saying, Rock T?
Yes, honey. So, honey, I don't blame that girl, honey. She immediately left, honey. So they said she quit, honey. I don't know if she went to Lowe's or not, but honey, she left Home Depot, baby.
She went to Pikes.
She went to one of them, baby, but this girl exit stage left, honey. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, honey, is a beautiful color, honey. It's whipped cream. On the high end, you say whipped cream, and on the low end, you say beautiful tan. That's a color for today. I want her to come here and make me quit my job.
Nobody. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T. Who Brent?
Nobody.
Who Brent?
Nobody.
Health, happiness, and hope. It's Wellness Wednesday on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hey, we're going to bring Dr. Collier on, but let me sit up and just say this right here. Let me just get this all. What you're not going to do is sit up here and disrespect. I work hard for my money, and if I go out to the Nike store and buy me a nice jogging suit, then I don't have to dress up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put on no damn tuxedo in the morning.
Well, you don't have to put on a tuxedo, though, but you just look like sherbet today. Something sorbet.
I think you should post your outfit. Let everybody
fleece check. Yeah, because girl, baby, he looking some sorbet-ish, honey. I'm like, all right, honey, some sorbet. I don't care if it's yikey, honey. It's still doggy. You're looking like some sherbet. And I thought to make that my color today, but I said, well, no, I don't want to offend him, so I said, let me just go ahead with my color.
Oh, y'all some mean people.
But you know,
you
and he tried to dress it down with black, honey. It still didn't work.
I have on a black Nike bucket hat and a black shirt, Dr. Collier, and some black Nikes.
But Dr. Collier, honey, he's looking like sherbet, honey, and this is fall. So
I'm sure Rickey is working it because he is a fashion entrepreneur. You know, he's just a man dress-wise.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Collier, happy to have you this morning, despite the hate that's going on in the room this morning. Good morning. Happy to have you.
Good morning, Rickey. Once again, Rock T, Special K, Gary with the T. I'm glad to hear you in the conversation, Alfreda's and the Brat. And thank you, Rickey, once again for the opportunity to bring healthcare information to the listeners of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So, Rickey, the listeners of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show have heard about the recommendations made last week by the current administration about no longer recommending or giving the hepatitis B vaccination at birth. Unless there's some small print that says unless the mother has been diagnosed with a current hepatitis B infection. But they're recommending to start it as late as age 1 month or later up to age 10 if at all, depending upon whether it's considered or if the person is asking for it. So vaccinating babies at birth for hepatitis B has been scientifically proven to have great benefit, as have most vaccinations. You have heard me say that the vaccination process through the American public health system has been the greatest development in improving health of Americans and people around the world not just since I've been practicing medicine, but long before Dr. Collier. But this is what has changed the lives of Americans from many chronic diseases that affected people in childhood and negatively impacted their lives. So the U.S. recommended vaccinating all infants at birth with hepatitis B vaccine in 1991. So it's really relatively recent. Before then, around 18 to 20,000 children were infected by the virus by age 10, and about half of them at birth. So that means they were exposed to the mother's blood in either the birth canal or even when you get a C-section, you get exposed to blood, and that's when the baby would get infection. Of all those infected, 90% would develop chronic hepatitis B infections. Now, in an adult, they get hepatitis B. They get over it. It's kind of like the flu. They may test positive for it, but it does no long-term damage. There are people that would develop chronic hep B infections, but most people do get over it. But for a child with no immunity, 90% develop chronic hepatitis B. So you say, okay, what's the problem with that? Well, the problem is that it does long-term damage to the liver over the lifetime of the child, ultimately resulting in liver failure, liver cancer, and death. So this is a big problem. So hepatitis B is a viral infection that infects the hepatocytes or the liver cells. In a chronic infection, again, that damage happens over time. So it's not an immediately diagnosed disease state unless you're checking for it. So this infection is being spread by contact with blood or body fluids. That's why you're hearing that this is a sexually transmitted disease and that you don't need to get it until you're an adolescent or become sexually active. But there are other ways to get it, and children would get it from contacts in the home. They get it from daycare centers and schools. They could get it from a lot of places. So it's very important that they be protected from it. Since that has happened, the rates of hepatitis and chronic hepatitis B infections has gone to almost zero. The vaccine has been proven to be safe. Also, only 1 in 60,000 people have a reaction to it, and that's an allergic reaction. Even a severe allergic reaction like anaphylaxis can happen, but there's never been a single death associated with getting that vaccine. So that is a great vaccine. It is one that should remain, on the vaccine schedule, and one that Dr. Collier highly recommends getting it. And, it's one that also that health professionals get because, when I came along, I wasn't at the age in 1991 to have gotten it as a baby. But as a health professional, if you're exposed to the blood and body fluids, it's recommended that you get hepatitis B. So I did get it my first year of medical school. It was required to do that.
All right, let's go to the phone. Sean with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
Good morning. I have a question about lymphedema. What is the best way to treat it?
Okay, lymphedema is a problem with the plumbing in the body. There's the arteries, there's the veins, and there's the lymphatic system. When blood goes through the arteries, the amount of fluid in there is reduced. It goes into the tissues, and as a fluid called lymph. The lymph circulation takes it all the way through the body back to the heart and mixes it back with the blood again. When there's dysfunction in that system, when there's obstruction in that system, when there's a problem, the fluid starts to build up, usually in the lower extremities, but it can happen in the arms or oftentimes, particularly when they did mastectomies on women and they would take their lymph nodes from under their arms as well. They would have lymphedema of the arm on the side where they had the breast cancer. So this is a problem. It's a you cannot cure it, but you can help control it. And most of the time, the major control is diuretics, water pills, if you will, and then some type of compression that closes the space and pushes the fluid back into the lymphatic system. So it is a chronic disease state. And amazingly enough, a lot of physical therapy places are now doing lymphedema therapy. So it's not something you're going to necessarily get at the doctor's office or in the hospital. But if a doctor can recommend lymphedema therapy, you can go to a physical therapist and they can help with that. But it's something you're going to have to deal with for the duration.
All right, John with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
I was told for the first time after taking several physicals that because I'm in my 60s now, I have kidney disease because I'm borderline. My numbers are borderline. So I'm, wondering how that happened and can anything be done to correct that?
Oh, absolutely. Chronic kidney disease is underdiagnosed, and it does happen that way. You get multiple physicals and everything is fine until it isn't. And all of a sudden, your number called your glomerular filtration rate, the rate at which your kidneys are filtering your blood and how efficiently the kidneys are filtering the blood. That number should be 60 or higher. When it is less than 60, you are diagnosed with what's called chronic kidney disease, stage 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 5 is when you're on dialysis, when you have complete kidney failure. But chronic kidney disease can be treated by treating its underlying causes: high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol. The 3 disease states that Dr. Collier speaks of all the time are usually one of them or all of them in conjunction can cause that problem. The other thing, something really simple, Ricky, that I tell people all of the time, you have to make sure you're drinking enough water. So having chronic kidney disease is like driving a car with low oil. So it's low enough, but the check engine light hasn't come on yet, but you're doing damage to the engine on a cellular level, and you're doing damage to the kidney on a cellular level. Fortunately, the kidneys and the liver are the 2 organs in the body that can repair themselves if the damage is not too far along. So if you start to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water every day, not counting anything else that you're drinking, you have more fluid to filter, the rate of filtration goes up, so the GFR, the glomerular filtration rate, improves. So a simple and elegant solution that I find I'm recommending all day, every day to all the patients that I see, because nobody drinks enough water. Everybody thinks that they do, and there's no substitute for water. So you can't say, well, I drink coffee, or I drink tea, or I drink Coca-Cola, or anything. Whatever you're drinking, whenever you get something other than water to drink, also get a glass of water. If you finish your soda, you finish the glass of water. If you refill your glass of soda or tea, you refill the glass of water. And make sure that you drink it. When you go to a restaurant, first thing you do when they come up and ask you if you want appetizers, ask for water. I do. I ask for water for everyone at the table because if you don't order it first, you'll never get it when you go to the restaurant. So that's the best recommendation that I can do. Control those disease states and drink 8 to 10 glasses of water per day, every day.
Yeah, I drank so much water I had to attach a hose pipe. Anyway, we'll be taking your phone calls. Get at me 8669 Ricky if you have any questions for Dr. MJ. Call me 8669 Ricky. Well, Brad, I really didn't have to attach a hose pipe, but I just went out.
All right, sir.
Brad.
Oh my God! Don't say me.
Brett.
What?
I really didn't have to attach the whole thing.
Come on, Mr. Smiley.
Go to commercial.
You're doing so good.
Frida.
You're doing so good.
I did, but I have to.
Hey, we got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier on with us this morning. Let's get right to the phone because y'all been blowing the phone lines up. You on with Dr. Collier. Happy to have you.
I had a spinal fusion a year ago, and I actually hurt worse now than I did before the fusion, and I have some swelling in my back. Do we think that's from a failed fusion, or is there a CT myelogram need to be done to remove the fluid?
Okay, well, a CT or a myelogram would just be a diagnostic test, just a picture of the problem that you already have. So low back pain is such a complicated disease state, and surgery often does not result in resolution of pain. And also the imaging, a CT scan or an MRI, does not match the disease state. You can have perfectly normal x-rays and have severe pain. You can have substantive and significant disease, usually arthritis in the back, and no pain at all. So there's what's called discordance between those two things. Oftentimes when you have surgery, again, the healing process and the post-operative physical therapy is key. And the problem is most of us become very slack with that. We don't do it. Or you are doing it, and then all of a sudden your insurance says, we're no longer covering it. You must be healed for no apparent reason other than time has come and gone. So it is very important that you stay in contact with your operating physician, probably an orthopedic surgeon. Let them know that you're still having problems, and don't let them dismiss that complaint of pain, which is, unfortunately, there's no test that measures it other than you saying it. So say it with authority and enthusiasm. Work with your doctor. This is what's going to require a partnership between you and an orthopedist and possibly a neurologist as well, and then physical therapist. Physical therapy is so important, or chiropractic therapy, either and or all of those things will ultimately give you some relief.
All right, John, with Dr. Collier, good morning.
Yes, I'm starting a new regimen on Manjaro, and I just want to ask Dr. Collier, is Manjaro safe to take?
Oh, absolutely. Manjaro, which is one of the GLP-1s that are available, the two most common are Manjaro and Ozempic. The same exact drugs are available with a indication for strict weight loss as Wegovy and Zepbound. Wegovy also just got an indication for fatty liver, and it's the only one of the GLP-1s that has that indication, but I'm sure it's a class effect, and all of them can help improve liver function as well. So it is safe. You have to start low and go slow as far as titrating up to they used to try to get everybody to the maximum dose, and now they realize you only need to go to the highest dose that you can tolerate. That is also controlling your blood sugar, lowering your A1C, and helping you lose the weight. So greatest breakthrough in the history of medicine since I've been practicing. And if you see anybody that was overweight and now they're slim, that's what they're doing, despite what they're going to tell you. But finally, celebrities like Oprah came out and said they were using the GLP-1s versus counting points on a weight loss program. But for the weight loss that you get with that, one of the problems is that you can get loss of skin elasticity. And so one of the things that I recommend to all my patients now is the lipo drops. The lipo drops help prevent that as a side effect, and you don't get what's called the face of a GLP-1 that makes you look a little gaunt. So if you want to maintain your slim, trim sexiness, you also want to do something that's going to keep that skin tight and keep that muscle in your face.
All right, Dr. Collier, let everybody know how you can be reached.
Ricky, I can be reached on all social media at AskDrMJ. And tonight, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live. Ask Dr. MJ why? Because your health is important. The only interactive healthcare forum that allows you, the listener, to ask your healthcare questions. Again, I can be reached on all social media. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, AskDrMJ, Ask Dr. MJ, where we have hundreds of videos on various healthcare topics. Don't believe me, just watch. Okay. All right, these are the opinions of Dr. M.J. Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show cast, or his production crew. Thank you so much, Ricky, once again. Remember, it's time to get your 2025-26 flu shot. Next time you're at the pharmacy for any reason, just walk up and get it. No prescription is required. You are required to have a prescription for the current coronavirus vaccine, and one of the reasons that Dr. Collier wants to make you aware of, the current vaccine matches 2024 variants that are no longer around. So if you've had shots previously or you've had a coronavirus infection, you have immunity. So you make a personal choice about getting the newest vaccine. But the flu shot, always perfect match this time. Get it, and you'll have health for the next 3 to 6 months.
Okay, all right, y'all. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Fix a deal. Fix a deal.
Comedian Rita, Brent.
Oh yeah! 13 minutes after the top of the hour, it is time to Fix It Jesus with comedian Rita, Brent. Welcome back to the show.
Roxy, what's up? Good morning. Good morning.
Rita B in the building.
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? So listen, I be trying to take a break from the news, but every once in a while something comes across my timeline. I don't know if y'all saw this, but we need Jesus to fix it this morning. A very well-known politician had a press conference. He tried to denounce Tylenol for pregnant women, and let's just say the pronunciation and the explanation struggles were real. Okay, let's take a listen.
Effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Is that okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol during pregnancy, can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good.
Not good. Okay. All right. Can y'all pronounce the word?
Tylenol.
Y'all know what he's trying to say?
Acetaminophen.
Okay, there we go. Anybody else? Can anybody else say it?
Acetaminophen.
Close enough, Gary. That's about 82%.
I'm gonna go with Tylenol. I'm gonna go with Tylenol.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, my thought is if you can't pronounce it, you shouldn't pronounce it. He's
say
talking
it.
about the active ingredient is acetaminophen. And listen, there is actually no evidence that taking Tylenol or acetaminophen during pregnancy causes autism in children. So they just up there talking crazy. But I got to thinking, maybe he thought, he was remixing Missy Elliott's song Work It, and next time he does a press conference where he has to pronounce something hard, he should just put this music in the background so it won't be so bad. All right, here's my suggestion. Let's try it.
Is it hurting? Don't search it. Put the pill down, let me rehearse this. Don't take
Acetaminophen.
Don't take
Acetaminophen.
pregnant, let me nurse you. I'm not a doctor, but I ain't gonna hurt Don't take
acetaminophen. Acetaminophen. Well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Is that okay? Commonly known as Tylenol. During pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. I'll say it. It's not good. For this reason, they are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary. That's see cases of extremely high fever that you feel you can't tough it out. You can't do it. I guess there's that. But if you can't tough it out, if you can't do it, that's what you're going to have to do. You'll take a Tylenol, but it'll be very sparingly.
Is it hurt? Don't search it. Put the pill down, let me rehearse this. Don't take
acetaminophen. Acetaminophen.
Pregnant, let me nurse you. I'm not a doctor, but I ain't gonna hurt you. Don't take
acetaminophen. Acetaminophen.
Bars. I literally got dumber listening to that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what I
can feel my IQ dropping.
I need Tylenol after listening to it. Yep. If you can't pronounce it, don't denounce it. That's all I got for y'all this morning.
That's it. That's
Fix
it.
Jesus.
Rita, how can people follow you, mine?
At Rita Brent Comedy, RITABRENT Comedy. Y'all holler at your girl and keep sending me stuff. I appreciate you sending me clips, man. Appreciate y'all.
There it is, man. We appreciate you.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's Wednesday, September 24th. Here's what's going on in the news. Breaking news in Dallas. 2 detainees were fatally shot at a Dallas ICE facility this morning. Authorities say the shooter died by suicide. We'll keep an eye on this and update the story when more is confirmed. Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is under fire again, this time from Trump ally and self-styled influencer Laura Loomer, who posted racist attacks on X after Crockett told CNN why she opposed a resolution honoring slain right-wing activist Charlie Kirk and criticized fellow Democrats who backed it.
Is when I saw the no votes, there were only 2 Caucasians. For the most part, the only people that voted no were people of color, because the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was, specifically to us.
Loomer wrote, quote, "It hurts my heart that we have ghetto black bees," except she wrote the word, "who hate America serving in Congress," end quote. Loomer has been banned from many social media platforms for spreading hate and disinformation and lost her run for Congress in 2022, but she keeps her profile up by aligning herself with Trump, who calls her a patriot and a free spirit. She didn't just stop at Crockett, though. Back in August, she did call her a DEI Shaniqua, and she also went after the Congresswoman's staff, mocking her deputy chief of staff in another post that drew pushback from journalist Jamil Hill, who defended Crockett only to become Loomer's next target. In other news, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth just pulled the plug on a Pentagon panel that's been around since 1951, focused on women in the military. He says it was pushing a divisive feminist agenda. For more than 70 years, this committee met to flag issues like sexual assault, maternity policies, even whether combat gear actually fits women, all tied to troop readiness. In other news, looks like this guy from Connecticut, Savan Garabeshan, found himself a hot spot and kept riding that streak. Y'all, he scored $1 million prize off a Massachusetts state lottery scratch-off just 1 week after pocketing $10,000 from another ticket bought at the very same store.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's planning to put those winnings toward a new house and some investments. Not bad for a week's worth of scratching.
I see what you did there.
For info on these stories and more, go to RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Now,
It's going to clock out.
Here's a look at sports.
Rock T, the sports genius, is in the building.
Wickham gets it off. No. Thomas keeps it alive. 8 seconds left. Wickham, another look to tie. You bet. Sammy Wickham has tied it at 79.
Yeah,
3.4 to go. Collier puts it on the deck.
Let me tell you something, man. WNBA playoffs on fire right now. If y'all ain't watching the WNBA playoffs, something the matter with you, man. Phoenix Mercury pulls off a 20-point comeback to force overtime and beat the Minnesota Lynx last night to even the series 1 game apiece. In the meantime, Las Vegas Aces bounced back and they beat the Indiana Fever to even that series at 1 apiece, man. It's going down. Big matchup in the NFL coming up this week. All eyes will be on the Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers. Why is this? Former Cowboy Micah Parsons returns to Dallas to play his old teammates, and he was asked what's gonna feel like to sack Dak Prescott.
It's gonna be painful. You know what I mean? Dak's my guy. He was always like a good mentor for me. But you know what it is. I always told him if I ever faced him that it'll be a great matchup. So I'm excited to see what Sunday brings itself.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be watching that when I got my Rock T NFL picks of the week coming up tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Sad news: former Cincinnati Bengals running back Rudy Johnson died allegedly by suicide in Florida last night or the night before last. So recently struggling with mental health issues and possible effects of CTE, which is the brain disease linked to repeated head injuries such as concussions. Rudy was 45 years old. Sad, man. Sad right there. That's my quick sports report. Follow me on social media at Rock T Holla.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Jimmy Kimmel Live is back, and he is speaking out. In his first show back last night, Jimmy thanked the people who supported and called out those who wanted his show to be canceled. Here's what he had to say.
The President of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me and the hundreds of people who work here fired from our jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke. He was somehow able to squeeze Colbert out of CBS. Then he turned his sights on me, and now he's openly rooting for NBC to fire Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers and the hundreds of Americans who work for their shows who don't make millions of dollars. And I hope that if that happens, or if there's even any hint of that happening, you will be 10 times as loud as you were this week. We have to speak out against this.
Yeah, man. He also tried to smooth tensions following his joke about the Republican reaction to the killing of Charlie Kirk. And, of course, he had to throw in a few subtle jabs. Here's what he had to say again.
If you're just joining us, we are preempting your regularly scheduled encore episode of Celebrity Family Feud to bring you this special report. I'm happy to be here tonight with you. I'm not sure who had a weirder 48 hours, me or the CEO of Tylenol.
Oh, my goodness. And last but not least, Diddy is asking the judge for some mercy ahead of his sentencing next month. His legal team just filed court documents pushing for a lighter sentence in his federal case. As we all know, he was convicted on 2 counts under the Mann Act because prosecutors proved he flew male escorts across state lines for what they call his freak-offs. Now, while each count carries 6 to 12 months, Diddy's lawyers say he's already done 13 months at Brooklyn's Tough Metropolitan Detention Center. They point out that he's gotten sober for the first time in 25 years, started programs that inspired other inmates, and has stayed incident-free behind bars. On top of that, Diddy argues his reputation, businesses, and family have already suffered enough, reminding the court he's gotten several kids and an elderly mother who depend on him. So what's he asking for? A 14-month sentence with supervised release, plus drug treatment and therapy instead of more prison time. He's set to be sentenced October 3rd, and he still faces up to 20 years. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But for more information on these stories and more, you can go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com, and you can catch me on all my social media at Brat. And in case you haven't been to Hulu, go check out Rickey Smiley's Foolish, and check out my song Have You To Myself featuring Jessica Betts on all platforms. The White Stone got the praise mixdown coming up next, y'all, on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.